Foundation underfoot, a fresh page waiting in the book. Sweaters and scarves in the autumn breeze. The chilled out vibe puts the mind at ease. Sketching ideas while the kick drum knocks, thinking way outside the box. A chilled out tempo, 90 beats per minute. A brand new world with nothing in it. Autumn blueprint, drawing out the lines. Slow fly aesthetic with intricate designs. Focus music for a creative spark. Lighting a fire in the coming dark. Golden hour casting long soft shades. The booming snare gently cascades. Rose piano playing a thoughtful riff. Catching a creative, magical whiff. Drawing out the lines, low fly aesthetic with intricate designs. Focus music for a creative spark, lighting the fire in the coming dark. Eraser marks and graphite dust. In this rhythm, I put my trust. Soulful chords build a strong foundation, a perfect loop of pure creation. Drawing out the lines, no fly aesthetic with intricate designs. Focus music for a creative spark, lighting a fire in the coming dark. The sketch is done, the pencil rests. The jazz guitar concludes its test. A deep sigh of a job well done, setting with the autumn sun.
We're clacking the train tracks, fading into a lo-fi hip-hop beat.
Headphones on, blocking out the crowd. The upright bass is thumping nice and loud. Staring out the window at the tunnel walls, waiting for the moment that my station calls. Rocking to the motion of the transit line. Everything is chill, everything is fine. Subway grooves on a midnight train, washing away the daily strain. Moving through the dark with a laid-back stride. Just a solitary soul on a Jenna ride. Strangers sitting quietly across the aisle. I hear a jazz sample and it makes me smile. The rhythm of the wheels matches up the beat. A momentary sanctuary under the street. Subway grooves on a midnight train, washing away the daily strain. Moving through the dark with a laid-back stride. Just a solitary soul on a Jenna ride.
The doors slide open and the cold air blows. Where the night will take me, nobody knows. I keep the music playing in my ear, the only thing that I wanna hear.
Subway grooves on a midnight train, washing away the daily strain. Moving through the dark with a laid-back stride. Just a solitary soul on a Jenna ride. Standing on the platform, the train pulls away. Re-echoes out to end the day. Stepping on the platform, the train pulls away.
day.
Rhythmic clanking of train tracks fading into lo-fi hip-hop beat. Rhythmic clanking of train tracks fading into lo-fi hip-hop beat.
Sunset slow over the concrete glass, watching the shadows as the hours pass. The carving chill starts to take control. A mellow saxophone soothes the weary soul. Above the traffic and the noise below, I am soaking in the skyline glow. Skyline glow in the twilight hue, painting a city in a shade of blue. Sophisticated sounds in the atmosphere, nothing but peace and quiet here. Lights flicker on across the avenue. Piano plays a melody for two. Leaning on the balcony, feeling the breeze. Put my racing thoughts completely at ease. Skyline glow in the twilight hue, painting the city in a shade of blue. Sophisticated sounds in the atmosphere, nothing but peace and quiet here. The boom bap drums keep a steady pace, giving me the rhythm, giving me the space to let go of the stress from the working day. Let the smooth jazz wash it all away. Skyline glow in the twilight hue, painting the city in a shade of blue. Sophisticated sounds in the atmosphere, nothing but peace and quiet here. The stars come out as the colors fade. The beat slowly drifts into the shade. Rest easy now.
On this one set slow beneath a laid-back drum loop.
Sunset slow over the concrete glass, watching the shadows as the hours pass. The hum and chill starts to take control. A mellow saxophone soothes the weary soul. Above the traffic and the noise below, I am soaking in the skyline glow. Skyline glow in the twilight hue, painting the city in a shade of blue. Sophisticated sounds in the atmosphere, nothing but peace and quiet here.
Lights flicker on across the avenue. A rose piano plays a melody for two. Leaning on the balcony, feeling the breeze. Put my racing thoughts completely at ease. Skyline glow in the twilight hue, painting the city in a shade of blue. Sophisticated sounds in the atmosphere, nothing but peace and quiet here. The boom bap drums keep a steady pace, giving me the rhythm, giving me the space to let go of the stress from the working day. Let the smooth jazz wash it all away. Skyline glow in the twilight hue, painting the city in a shade of blue. Sophisticated sounds in the atmosphere, nothing but peace and quiet here. Stars come out as the colors fade. The beat slowly drifts into the shade. Rest easy now. The clink of a glass, a muted horn, a Jazzhop classic is newly born. Dim lit room with a heavy vibe, the kind of scene you can barely describe. A stand-up bass plucks a heavy walk, no need for anyone to talk. Shadows dancing on the brickwork wall, catching the rhythm as the cymbals fall. Velvet smoke filling up the room, sweeping away the evening room. Smooth groove weaving through the crowd, the music playing, but never too loud. The guitarist slides on the mellow frets, washing away all the day's regrets. A soulful sample loops in the back, keeping the energy on the track. Velvet smoke filling up the room, sweeping away the evening room. Smooth groove waking through the crowd, the music playing, but never too loud. A sudden shift, the beat drops low, the saxophone takes the solo show. A sophisticated melody fills the space, putting a smile on every face. Velvet smoke filling up the room, sweeping away the evening gloom. Smooth groove The patrons leave, a magical night you had to believe. The vinyl crackle has the final say. Until we meet another day. Birds chirping slow, guitar strum. Good morning, take a breath. Waking up slow to a lazy day, pushing all the weekday troubles away. Sun peeking over the balcony ledge, walking right up to the morning's edge. Smooth jazz guitar brewing with the tea, boom bap drums playing naturally. No alarms ringing, nowhere to rush, just the ebbing chill in the morning hush. Yeah. Skyline stretches out across the blue, offering a perfectly relaxing view. The tempo is 90, the feeling is bright, everything feels so incredibly right. Sunday skyline looking mighty fine, sipping on the groove like a vintage wine, playing on the stereo speaker, making all the daily anxieties weaker. I play bass anchoring the soul, letting the lo-fi magic take control. Pancake batter in a cast iron pan, living life today with no concrete plan. Mellow saxophone dripping through the hall, watching the sunlight dance upon the wall. Vinyl crackle adding to the cozy mood, nothing but the most sophisticated attitude. Reading the paper while the record spins, this exactly where the peace begins. Sunday skyline looking mighty fine, sipping on the groove like a vintage wine, playing on the stereo speaker, making all the daily anxieties weaker. I play bass anchoring the soul, letting the lo-fi magic take control. Standing still in the living room, sweeping out the shadows with a rhythm broom. Enjoy the lazy hours while they still remain, before we have to enter the race again. Sunday skyline looking mighty fine, sipping on the groove like a vintage wine, playing on the stereo speaker, making all the daily anxieties weaker. I fly, bass anchor in the soul, letting the lo-fi magic take control. Enjoy your Sunday, stay relaxed.
Welcome to the late shift. Just breathe. City lights blur outside the glass, watching all the empty taxis pass. Upright bass walking down the scale, lost inside a quiet out and tail. Hey, nose floating through the midnight air. Nothing else matters, not a single care. Books open on a wooden desk, let the rhythm handle all the rest. So let the needle drop down on the groove, find a pocket, let your spirit move. No rush, we got nowhere else to be, just riding on this given frequency. Yeah, midnight study, let the tempo slide, taking off on a lo-fi ride. Smooth guitar playing in the back, finding peace in the static of the track. Yeah, just focus on the sound. Let the heavy world keep spinning round. Coffee cup is going slightly cold. These acoustic stories never getting old. Snare drum snapping at a 90 pace, giving every scatter thought a place. Hi-hats ticking like a pocket watch. Jazz samples fading out and up a notch. We are painting pictures in the monochrome. Inside the headphones is the only home. Yeah. Midnight study, let the tempo slide. Taking off on a lo-fi ride. Smooth guitar playing in the back. Finding peace in the static of the track. Yeah, just focus on the sound. Let the heavy world keep spinning round. Hear that brass crying softly in the dark, like a solitary walk across the park. The vinyl pops, the tempo holds the line. In this dimension, everything is fine. Yeah, midnight study, let the tempo slide. Taking off on a lo-fi ride. Smooth guitar playing in the back. Finding peace in the static of the track. Yeah, just focus on the sound. Let the heavy world keep spinning round. Keep studying, keep breathing. Let the record spin out. Good night.
First in the chat.
Morning light hits the cobblestone street. I find my corner seat, enjoying the retreat. Mellow saxophone floating in the air, leaving behind all the hustle and the care. A smooth groove settles in my mind. The sweetest escape that I could ever find. Cafe corner where the Jazzhop plays. Watching the world in a beautiful haze. Cafe corner, just a cup and a beat. Finding my peace on this busy city street. Pages of a book turning nice and slow. Sipping on the warmth, feeling the glow. Rug bass walking down the scale. A boom bap rhythm that will never fail. Pages of a book turning nice and slow. Sipping on the warmth, feeling the glow. Rug bass walking down the scale. A boom bap rhythm that will never fail. Cafe corner where the Jazzhop plays. Watching the world in a beautiful haze. Cafe corner, just a cup and the beat. Finding my peace on this busy city street. The barista smiles as the record skips. A soulful melody dances on my lips. Time slows down in this little space. A sophisticated vibe, a relaxing pace. Cafe
Jazzhop plays, watching the world in a beautiful haze. Cafe corner, just a cup and a beat. Finding my peace on this busy city street.
Toxic the tram, but the warmth remains. The guitar fades out with the morning trains. Toxic the tram, mash up bass.
Drive with no destination. The radio plays a soulful station. Street lamps passing in a steady flash. 90 BPM matching the dash. Shifting gears in the cool night air. Heading out to anywhere. Roads to nowhere, a smooth escape. The world taking on a different shape. Retro rhythm, a laid back ride. Let the mellow saxophone be the guide. The tires hum, a boom bap tune. Cruising under a silver moon. No map needed, just the sound. The deepest peace I have ever found. Roads to nowhere, a smooth escape. The world taking on a different shape. We're at your rhythm, a laid back ride. Let the mellow saxophone be the guide. The track, a dusty sample from way out back. No rush to be anywhere soon. Just me and this helpless fruit tune. Roads to nowhere, a smooth escape. The world taking on a different shape. To rhythm, a laid back ride. Let the mellow saxophone be the guide. Pulling over by the edge of the sea. The final chord sets the engine free. The journey ends with a fading tone. Never truly feeling alone.
straight chatter. Gentle rain hitting the window. Pull up a chair, let's chill. Espresso machine hissing in the back. Boom bap beat on a brand new track. Raindrops racing down the window pane, washing away all the stress and pain. Smooth jazz guitar softly strums along, turning the afternoon into a song. Steam rising from a ceramic cup, never looking down, only looking up.
The weather is gray, but the vibe is warm. Finding our shelter inside the storm. Just sipping slow as the minutes pass, watching the city through the fogged up glass. Cafe raindrops falling to the beat, puddles forming out there on the street. Lo-fi magic in the atmosphere, nothing but good vibes happening here. Get your rhythm, keeping us grounded by these mellow sounds. We are surrounded.
Turning the page of a paperback book, getting lost inside a quiet little nook. Upright bass plucking deep and slow, giving the room that golden glow. People watching as they hurry on by, underneath the cloudy Akka sky. We got our own little pocket of time, wrapped up neatly in a Jazzhop rhyme.
Cafe raindrops falling to the beat, puddles forming out there on the street. Lo-fi magic in the atmosphere, nothing but good vibes happening here. Get your rhythm, keeping us grounded by these mellow sounds. We are surrounded. Talking for a while, rainy days always match the style. The kick and snare keep a steady tread, clearing out the noise inside your head. Cafe raindrops falling to the beat, puddles forming out there on the street. Lo-fi magic in the atmosphere, nothing but good vibes happening here. We kill Marie's rhythm, keeping us grounded by these mellow sounds. We are surrounded.
Stay dry, stay chill. See you tomorrow.
Sunbeams peeking through the blinds, the kind of peace that unwinds. Coffee brewing, no place to be, a laid back groove just for me. The Sunday paper scattered on the floor, who could ever ask for anything more? The weekend slow into a comfortable halt, the soulful samples lock away the fall. Sunday morning haze, a quiet paradise. The lo-fi aesthetic feeling so nice. Boom bap drums keeping time with the clock. A mellow jazz solo taking over, taking over. The upright bass stretches out its strings, embracing the joy that the morning brings. No alarms ringing, no urgent calls, just the guilt bouncing off the wall. Sunday morning haze, a quiet paradise. The lo-fi aesthetic feeling so nice. Boom bap drums keeping time with the clock. A mellow jazz solo taking over, breeze rustles the trees outside. The smooth groove is a perfect place to hide, reflecting on the week that just went by underneath the clear blue sky. Sunday morning haze, a quiet paradise. The low-fi aesthetic feeling so nice. Boom bap drums keeping time with the clock. A mellow jazz solo taking over. Yeah, taking over. Morning turns into afternoon, fading out the relaxing tune. The vinyl crackle whispers goodbye, a perfect day, no need to try.
Strikes 12, but I'm wide awake. Raindrops on the glass, every breath I take. The city sleeps beneath the velvet sky. I watch the neon colors passing by. Smooth jazz guitar starts to bend. This quiet moment is my only friend. Midnight roll, play that soulful key. 90 beats per rhythm, set my spirit free. Midnight rolls in the Oregon chill. Let the world outside just stand perfectly still. Coffee in the mug has gone a little cold. Listening to stories that the samples told. Tape hits whispers like a gentle breeze. Finding my focus with such perfect ease. Midnight rolls, play that soulful key. 90 beats per minute, set my spirit free. Midnight rolls in the open chill. Let the world outside just stand perfectly still. Shots of folk echoing down the empty hall. Boom bap rhythm answers to the call. We drift away on a love-fi stream, living in a Jazzhop lucid dream. Midnight rolls, play that soulful key. 90 beats per minute, set my spirit free. Midnight rolls in the open chill. Let the world outside just stand perfectly still. The needle lifts, the vinyl spins to a stop. Let the heavy eyelids finally drip. Good night, city, good night, soul. The beat fades out.
The crackle of an old record being placed on a turntable, a dusty drum break kicks in.
Fingers flipping through the milk crates in the back, looking for that ultimate soulful track. Finding hidden gems in the dusty sleeves, the kind of magic that a true head believes. brushing off the history from the groove, letting the boom bap make my body move. Vinyl dust on my fingertips, sweet nostalgia on my lips, slow fire steady, 90 BPM, resurrecting the forgotten gems. Reading the liner notes from 1993, a smooth jazz guitar speaking right to me. The upright bass brings a heavy tone. In this record store, I am in my zone. Vinyl dust on my fingertips, sweet nostalgia on my lips, slow fire steady, 90 BPM, resurrecting the forgotten gems. Chopping up the samples on the MPC, created Atlas Symphony. The past and the present start to intertwine. Everything is perfect by design. Vinyl dust on my fingertips, sweet nostalgia on my lips, slow fire steady, 90 BPM, resurrecting the forgotten gems. The needle hits the run-out groove, the static pops, the music stops, but the feeling stays.
Distant sirens, slow roads intro.
The city never sleeps. But it does dream.
Yeah. Walking down the Ave under purple lights, taking in the cool of the urban nights. Boom bap rhythm in my walking pace, finding some space in this crowded place. Neon signs reflecting in the street, matching the pulse of the lo-fi beat. Smooth saxophone echoes off the wall, answering the midnight skyline's call.
The world is loud, but my mind is still, letting the nighttime work its thrill. Just me and the shadows on the ground, wrapped up tight in the can't sound. Neon silhouettes painted in the dark, wandering past the empty city park. Putting vibes, floating on the breeze, putting the restless soul at ease. Sophisticated groove, relaxing and slow, following the path where the street lights glow.
Steam rising out of the subway grate. Everything is quiet cause the hour is late. Buck bunt bass walking down the block, ignoring the ticking of the city clock. Golden glow from a corner store always leaves you wanting a little bit more. Just drifting through the concrete maze, caught up inside this atmosphere of taste.
Neon silhouettes painted in the dark, wandering past the empty city park. Putting vibes, floating on the breeze, putting the restless soul at ease. Sophisticated groove, relaxing and slow, following the path where the street lights glow. Smooth as
The buildings touch the sky, the stars are hidden away, but the groovement gives us a brand new day. Let the kicks hit hard and the cymbals splash, creating memories in a transient flash.
windows down. Pull you up. Cruising down the boulevard, going real slow. Nowhere in particular we need to go. Warm road chords filling up the car. Do not need a map, we can follow the star. Boom bap, kick drum hitting the street. 90 beats a minute, feeling complete. Street lights passing like a metronome. Out here on the road, I feel right at home. Put the car in drive, let the worries fade. Chilling in the atmosphere that we made. Smooth groove carrying the heavy load. Just me and the rhythm on the open road. Taking the roads to nowhere tonight. Everything is easy, everything is right. Lo-fi is steady, keeping it so cool. Playing by our own relaxed kind of rules. The black bass riding shotgun now. We will find our peace of mind somehow. Midnight breeze blowing through my hair. Sophisticated jazz floating in the air. Mellow saxophone takes the center stage. Like poetry written on a blank white page. Passing by the diners and the closed down stores. Exploring all the instrumental corridors. The journey is the only thing we need to find. Leaving all the complicated things behind. Roads to nowhere tonight. Everything is easy, everything is right. Lo-fi is steady, keeping it so cool. Playing by our own relaxed kind of rule. Turn the wheel left, let the bass line drop. No red lights are gonna make us stop. Just cruising through the static and the groovement flow. Watching the dashboards luminescent glow. Taking the roads to nowhere tonight. Everything is easy, everything is right. Lo-fi is steady, keeping it so cool. Playing by our own relaxed kind of rule. Park it here. Let the engine cool. Good vibes.